Married in Sex and the City. This is one of the most famous scenes in television history, but I want you to pay attention to who is saying what, not just what they're saying.
It's not fate. His light is on, that's all. What light? Men are like tabs. When they're available, their light goes on. They wake up one day and they decide they're ready to settle down, have babies, whatever, and they turn their light on. The next woman they pick up, boom, that's the one they'll marry. It's not fate. It's dumb luck.
Sorry, I refuse to believe that love is that random.
Please, it's all about timing. You gotta get them when their light's on.
Most men I meet are flashing yellows.
Or off duty. They can drive around for years picking up women and not be available.
Then they really shouldn't be allowed to get behind the wheel.
Most men don't stay lit long before they take the plunge, versus most women who've been lit pretty much since birth.
Now, the one saying that, quote, love is random and men just settle down with whoever happens to be around is Miranda. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Miranda has the worst love life of anybody on the show. And the one she's saying it to is Charlotte. And Charlotte, we can all agree, has the best outcome, although I still think she married beneath her. But she married twice, very well both times, dream weddings, nice husbands. And she got everything she wanted. She said, I'm not dating an unpedigreed man. I'm not dating a broke man. She laid out her conditions and made sure they were met. And that brings us to today's point. Even though Charlotte was the most romantic of the four women, and, she was all about love and romance, she was all about those things after her conditions were met. She did the research and the legwork on any guy before she started dating. He had to meet her standards as a bare minimum before she would even consider a relationship with him. And that's why she could afford to be all about romance. Miranda was, all about the feeling of the moment. In reality, Miranda called it emotion and wanted to feel a connection, but it's really just chaos. Miranda didn't institute any standards when it came to dating. She dated who was there, and as a consequence, she ended up with that loser, Steve. And she's still paying for her mistake 25 years later. Tragic. There may be some truth to that statement. Oh, men marry who's around. But it always just sounds like sour grapes to me. Going back to the example of Miranda, she's the one spouting this theory, and yet it's not true in her own life. Remember when Miranda had her apartment redecorated so her male friend could come stay on her couch, and she thought that they were going to be an item because he said he was ready to get married, and he ended up proposing to her decorator?
I'd especially like to thank her for introducing me to Madeline, an incredible, beautiful woman who must be drunk off her ass because she just agreed to marry me.
Apparently the only thing going away was Miranda's dream.
And what was Miranda's dream? Marrying a nice, successful man on her own level. There's been this real rebranding of Miranda in the past 10 years as this firebrand who wasn't traditional. And she, if you watch seasons 1 and 2 and even part of season 3, she wanted to get married. And I don't think that's a sin. That's not a crime, especially if you consider the time period. This was filmed in the late 90s and early 2000s, of course, But the point is, Miranda wanted to get married, but she did not want to do the work. So when she saw Charlotte doing the work and getting the results that she herself wanted, she wanted to categorize it as, oh, dumb luck. No, it's not dumb luck. Charlotte put herself in the right circumstances to get the best possible outcome. And I think that's the first step to getting anything that you want, whatever you want, whether that's to be married with 2 kids and a picket fence, whether that's to be single and traveling the world with lots of lovers and adventures, whether that's to be in a long-term successful relationship, whether that's to have scads of men adoring you. You can have anything you want. You just have to, first of all, make peace with whatever it is you want and then line yourself up for that reality. And this is what Charlotte did. Charlotte didn't give a damn what her friends thought about her standards. She was not hosting a question and answer session after she said what her standards were. She set them and she did what she had to do to attain them. At the start of season 3, Charlotte said, I'm going to be married before the year is out. And her friends were da-da-da, sustumba, and Charlotte did not give a fuck. Charlotte said, I didn't ask you. This ain't no open forum. I don't care what you think. I'm stating what I'm going to do, and I'm just letting you know what my plans are. And you can do it or not do it. Meanwhile, everybody else was suffering and living in chaos. Carrie's going back and forth with Big and then Aiden. Miranda's dating a string of losers in short-term relationships. Samantha literally described her pattern as randomness. And then she dated cheating Richard. So yeah, The main difference between Charlotte and everybody else is life was sort of happening to everyone else and they were making the best of it. Charlotte was making life happen for her, and that's something I'll always admire. For more on how to implement that energy in your own life, you can follow my new podcast, just dropped today. And like Charlotte, learn how to create and implement a plan that will allow you to get whatever you want. The link to the Conquer or Perish podcast is below. Just click and you can listen to the podcast on all sorts of hosting sites. Now, this episode is free for everybody, but
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sun and Sunflower. Hi, ladies. Yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed that little intro that I brought in. You know, the main reason why I brought that topic was to give an explanation on you get what you accept. And not only that, we're going to talk about because there was this lady on TikTok that actually had a point, and I'm going to be bringing her video later on up here because it's a video that actually caught my eyes, and that's the reason why I'm making this podcast today. And we are talking about women with high maintenance women and low maintenance women. And this is the thing, although society have made it that high maintenance women are just mostly women that dress. Yes, it's a part of that. It's more like high quality, you know women that know how to dress, and it's all about your how you look. Meanwhile, your relationship is a disaster. And she goes on to explain that, this is the thing. If a man can treat you anyhow and doesn't give you the attention, you are low maintenance woman. If a man feel like you do not deserve him staying and just treating you the way he wants and coming back and knowing that you will take him back, it doesn't matter how good you look, how much money you spend on yourself, you are a low maintenance woman. Because I do understand that a lot of people want to attach, high maintenance women to, uh, physical items. And it's way above that. It's about how you carry yourself. And yes, buying clothes and looking good is part of it, but it's also about what you are willing to accept. A low maintenance woman would accept any kind of treatment from a man. He can go out there and have a baby on her and come back, like, and she wouldn't say anything. She might cry about it. She might, accuse the other woman for what he did instead of holding him accountable. That's a sign of a low maintenance woman because she doesn't want to take the smoke to him. She rather, point hands at other people. A low maintenance woman would see her baby daddy. I mean, you know, literally not pay child support of other women that he got pregnant and not speak up, not be like, hey, you're dragging my name out here, hey, you're disgracing me out here, I don't like this kind of image attached to me. Like, Tristan, uh I think one of the mother of his children came out talking about not long ago that he didn't pay child support. Now, this a high maintenance woman, if Chloe was one of them, she would have called him aside and be like, I do not like my name being dragged out here. I understand that you do not care about what people say about you. I understand that you do not care about your brand, but see, I care about my brand, and I do not like this kind of attachment to me. She would have called him and be like, go out there and clear this up. But instead, a lot of the time you see her trying to clean up Tristan. Every time he does something, she literally would go out there out of her way to forgive him, you know. And this is the thing. He's not putting all that energy into her. He will continue because he knows she's a low maintenance woman. Let's just call it what it is. She's a low maintenance woman because if she would be a high maintenance woman, she would have cut that off. She would have said no. You get me? So I'm going to bring up this video over here of this lady actually because her video was the reason why I'm making this podcast today. I'm just going to bring up her video and then we're going to talk more about this particular topic. So let me check for the video over here. because she made a lot of sense. And when I was listening to her talking about this whole thing, I said it kind of makes sense, because this is the thing. We might want to lie to each other, or, some women might want to be in the aesthetic of high maintenance women when it comes to clothes and looks. Yes, it's part of it. It's more like quality, good quality, because, high quality women, something so. But maintenance, it goes a long way. So let me bring up this video over here.
I can feel your eyes rolling to the back of your head, but hear me out. I'm going to talk to you about this while I get ready. So I'm the gal who introduced social media to a new definition of high and low maintenance women, and I did this because I'm disenchanted with the way some men use these labels. The facts are, when a man calls a woman high maintenance, he's really referring to the amount of effort he feels he would have to put forth to be with her and keep her. So if he feels like she would be too much for him to handle, he spins it as though he doesn't want anything to do with her because she has a bad attitude and is self-centered. Okay, that's bullshit. If you aren't familiar with my take on high and low maintenance women, please take a moment to check out my playlist that's labeled High Maintenance Women. Before I loved myself and respected myself, men treated me awfully. Awful. And I tolerated the abuse because I didn't feel like I deserved better. So you see, a low maintenance woman raised me, and men were the shot callers in my neck of the woods. Like, women were expected to be somewhat submissive. Now, this was more prevalent in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, but it's still the culture in many rural areas like where I was raised. Although I put the men's needs before my own and never expressed what I wanted out of fear of being dumped, I was still called high maintenance based solely on how I looked and how I dressed. 2 guys I dated allowed me to foot their bills the entire time we were together, and they still called me high maintenance. That's not high maintenance. That's not having any self-worth, self-esteem, confidence, nothing. That's the same as trying to eat a soup sandwich while swimming in quicksand.
And she's totally right with that, because this is the thing. If a man feel like he doesn't have to put work into your relationship, if he feels like he can, do whatever he wants, control you, mostly instead of participating in that relationship together as a partnership, instead he just does whatever he wants. He goes, he cheats, he does whatever he wants, he comes back home, and you literally, just, say, okay, it doesn't matter if you are wealthy, if you have everything, and aesthetically outside people would see you as a high maintenance lady, but in the relationship status you are actually low maintenance, because he doesn't have to put that much work into your relationship. He doesn't have to do a lot for you. He doesn't have to plan occasions. Let's not forget, some of these men don't even plan on taking a lot of these women on a date. They even forget to, if he's forgetting to buy you presents on your birthday, forgetting Valentine's Day, forgetting your anniversary, and not doing anything at all that involve him actually participating in that relationship. you know you can actually just classify yourself as a low maintenance, because that is the thing. That is the truth. Because even though he might be spending money, we're going to talk about the money aspect, because there are some women out here that it doesn't matter. Let me just say this: even if he spends money, it kind of makes a little bit more sense than some of the women out here that are doing 50-50 relationship. Let's not forget. And the boyfriend will still look at them, and people outside would be like, oh, she's a high maintenance woman because she is self-employed, she's a businesswoman, she carries her own weight, she does all of this. Yes, outside you might be that, but in your relationship with that man, definitely not. Definitely not. So let me continue this video.
Now, if you hate me for what I'm getting ready to say, I hope you don't, but it's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, it's my opinion, okay? So, the Kardashians, they're really easy to hate. I know that. But if you pay close attention, those women are on top of their game. They are the most famous people in the world, and no one can really figure out why, okay? They're drop dead gorgeous. They work hard at sustaining that beauty. So I'm highly intrigued and impressed. And instead of hating them or being jealous of them, I decided a long time ago to learn from them. I watched the show, and the new season came out on September 28th, I think. Anyway, that damn Tristan Thompson is still lurking around. His and Khloé's relationship is a prime example of how a low-maintenance woman behaves. I'm telling you, and this is not the first time I've watched her behave this way in a relationship. She lets her men by with flipping murder. It's like blatant disrespect, like downright asinine. But I used to behave the same way, and that behavior reiterates my beliefs about the differences between high and low maintenance women. Look at Khloé Kardashian. Would you ever in a million years think she was low maintenance? The answer is no. She's draped in diamonds and Dior. I'd say her glam squad costs 50 G's a day, and I might even be lowballing that estimate. Everything about her life cost a metric shit ton of money, and everything about her life makes a metric shit ton of money. I'm impressed. But she proves my theory right about the differences between high and low maintenance women. You cannot judge a book by its cover and automatically label someone high maintenance just because they have on a Chanel suit and Harry Winston diamonds. Most high maintenance women resemble that look, yes, but there's more to it than that. I know many high maintenance women that don't look like that and don't give 2 cents about a Bentley and a designer label. But I'll tell you what they do give 2 cents about, and that's having what's best for them. Many of you have said that I have confused high maintenance with high standards. No, high standards are a piece of my definition. And on that note, a high maintenance woman would not allow Tristan Thompson in their front door because he's toxic, troubled, and trifling. Not to mention his little problem with being unable to keep his special purpose out of everybody's business. Now, if you don't know what I mean by special purpose, watch The Jerk with Steve Martin. The low-maintenance woman, no matter what she looks like or how much money she has, will feel sorry for the Tristan Thompsons no matter how badly they treat her, disrespect her, use her, and exploit her. Do you know why? Because for whatever reason, she doesn't value herself the way she should.
And that's true because, and also she's not also thinking about herself. That's why I always say, ladies, do your work. If you have to date yourself first to love yourself, yes, do it. Take some time out, with yourself. Go on a date with yourself. Take yourself out. Spoil yourself. Try to know yourself, your inner self better, so that when you go out there, you don't focus on somebody else other than yourself. Yes, a lot of people might call that self-centered or selfish. I don't care. Because the moment you love yourself, the moment you understand your self-worth, you understand what you want, is the moment you will not be taking any kind of mistreatment from anybody. It's the time that you will know your standards, what you can accept in a relationship and what you will not accept. Like this lady actually was saying, she even paid for her own bills and the guy still called her high maintenance, probably because she was buying her own, things. That's why I said, if he doesn't have money, no. Because you might be making your own money and you are doing good and you're buying your own things. You are actually just showing him you are low maintenance. Let's not forget, for him, if he's not the one spending all this money on you, he's going to perceive you to be more low maintenance as well. He's going to be like, well, I don't have to do anything for her to stay. That's a low maintenance woman. I don't have to not misbehave out here in public for her to stay. I could go out and do whatever I want to do and she will still stay. And that is originally how low maintenance women are. It doesn't matter if you have Gucci and you have all of this. To a man, you're very low maintenance. He doesn't have to do a lot. He doesn't have to do a lot to keep you. You will stick around. So let's continue.
That's what I mean by low maintenance. When a man says, oh, she's low maintenance, what he really means is he knows he isn't going to be held to a high level of accountability. He knows he can get by with putting his needs before hers and she'll still stay. He knows he doesn't have to put forth much effort, if any at all, and she'll still stay. Men believe that calling a woman high maintenance is bad. It's actually a compliment. How do men act when they see a good-looking, confident, sassy woman? They can't stop staring at her. The exterior is what usually attracts them to a woman. But if they aren't driven, motivated, successful, or willing and wanting to be successful, that good-looking, high-maintenance woman is going to scare the shit out of them. So what's their scapegoat? She's too high maintenance. I can't afford her. What I'm stressing here is don't assume a woman is stuck up, demanding, hard to handle, or petty because she looks like Khloé Kardashian. The exterior only tells part of the story and doesn't.
And that is exactly what I mean. Just because you see a woman that looks very glamorous, you don't know if the man is, doing anything for her. Like, look at Gabriella Union and her husband. As much as aesthetically outside to the eyes, to everybody's eyes, we thought, that is a low maintenance woman. Let's just use Gabriella as an example. With all her beauty and all that she has accomplished in Hollywood, Gabriella Union decided to go into a 50-50 marriage. That's a low maintenance woman. That's why he went out and they talk about, he brought in a child from outside into the relationship, because he knows he doesn't have to do much, to the extent that she is even using her own money to take care of herself. Yeah, she looks great and all, she has all this money, but to him in that relationship, he feels like she is not worthy of him investing in her. To him, he probably perceived her as a low maintenance woman, easy going for him. Now let's continue.
Tell the biggest or most important part. Clearly, Khloé Kardashian isn't demanding. She's actually a bleeding heart. No woman should be criticized for working her ass off to look good and have nice, luxurious things. This high maintenance label needs to be reevaluated, and that's what I'm doing here. A woman can be a multi-millionaire and still be low maintenance when it comes to men and relationships. If you allow someone to use you and abuse you, that's my definition of low maintenance. If you live your life for someone else, that's low maintenance. But if you build your life with a man and both of you support each other equally, that's high maintenance. If you strive to look your best, whatever that means to you, that's high maintenance. If you have a mind of your own, even though you're in a committed relationship, that's high maintenance. If you're successful based on your definition of success, that's high maintenance. You do not settle for what you don't want, and some people are really intimidated by that attitude. So they flip-flop it around to be something that's frowned upon to make up for their own insecurities. If you're assertive and you go after what you want, that's high maintenance. Holding your partner accountable and calling them out when they're slipping is high maintenance. Being honest and true to yourself in the face of criticism and adversity is high maintenance. Taking care of yourself is a high maintenance quality, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the people you love. And if you don't feel attractive, you don't feel confident. Looking good based on the individual's definition of that will take you so far because it coincides with confidence. A high maintenance woman will not settle for anything less than what she wants, and that's why I say Khloé Kardashian is low maintenance. She's absolutely stunning. And before anyone chimes in with, it's all fake, I don't care if it's real or fake, she's stunning. No one should accept the treatment she's tolerated from the men she's been involved with, but what really confuses me is why she does it. She's positioned to be an absolute shot caller. So here's the sad part. I became selfless before I even knew what had happened. My upbringing, which was actually downbringing, because the culture I grew up in did not value women, I felt lesser than men when I was way young. I'd say middle school was when I started cowering down to men. And it was because I believed I should go along with anything just to be liked. No. Men can sense that, and some of them prey on that weakness. Khloé has been notoriously bullied in the media, and my guess is that's what started her pattern of toxic relationships. I know if I can break the pattern, she can, and I hope she does. She has too many great qualities to subject herself to disempowerment. Now I'm going to close with this. Instead of teaching me how to dissect a damn frog, my teachers should have taught me this. Look how you want to look. Be unapologetically vain. Take care of yourself. And putting yourself first is not selfish. You belong at any table you want to sit at. If you want to do something, you're meant to do it. If you want something, you're meant to have it. Wealth and health are where it's at, not scarcity, sickness, and cowering down to your partner. A husband and wife should build each other up and build everything together. That's what they should have taught me in school. And if you adopt this belief system and this lifestyle, then you are high maintenance, and any man that's worth your while will benefit from your badassery.
I love her take on that. And this is the thing, as women, I think it's almost every culture that, growing up as a girl, in many cultures, you are raised to be somebody's helper. Even I'm not gonna sit down here and be like, in my culture, no, I was raised from a very young age, from when you're literally born, to be somebody's helper. They raise you to be like what your husband say. When you marry, you have to do this for your husband, you have to do that for your husband. It's like you don't have your own mind. They're not. Many cultures raise women to be helpers, be there, be the second mother, but do not think for yourself. But I want to ask you ladies this: have you seen a sassy woman and how a lot of men perceive sassy women? There are a lot of men that like, if you see a very beautiful, sassy woman, a lot of men like those kind of women. They talk about the sassy women. They like them. But the thing with the sassy woman is he's not going to be able to get away with a lot of things that he will get away with, a low maintenance woman. He would definitely not get away with a sassy woman. Get away with doing something to her that she will, that she finds wrong. But a low maintenance woman, it doesn't matter if she's a billionaire. She will definitely be like, I forgive him. I'll do this. I'll do that. And that is a lot of the time, that's the mistakes that a lot of women do. A lot of women do this mistake thinking, oh, as long as I have my own money, I'm a high maintenance woman. I am no, girl. In your relationship, sit down one time, look at your relationship, look at what your partner is doing for you, and look at where your relationship stands. Does he respect you? When you tell him that maybe he did something wrong to you and you literally bring it up, does he apologize and change, or does he just try to gaslight you? A lot of the times, you're probably going to be gaslighting. Excuse me. So now I'm going to bring up another video over here. Let me see which of the video. Because as usual, you guys know, I always search for videos that, can always bring topic over here. So here we're going to talk about, I think we've seen this one. So I'm going to bring Lori Harvey's video over here of her talking about how you should perceive yourself. And this is the difference between a woman that is high maintenance and a woman that is just, aesthetically outside look high maintenance because of what she wears, all of that, like Khloé, that apart from that, you still have a man that is at home that is literally putting your business out there, literally dragging your name in the mud. Now, let me bring Lori Harvey out here. And it's not only Lori that I think about when I think about high maintenance women. I think about Ciara. I think about Ciara too. Although she was with, father of all nations. Her ex, I can't remember his name right now, but he's probably going to come to me. She was with father of all nations. She finally dusted herself off her, and she was like, no, I'm not going to be dealing with this. And she found somebody else. So let me bring this video of Lori talking about, what you should expect.
then don't ever figure out what your non-negotiables are, and then don't ever waver on them. And I feel like oftentimes we as Black women feel like, especially when we get to a certain point in our life, we feel like we need to settle, or we just feel like we need to rush to get into something because maybe we want to be married by a certain age, we want to have kids by a certain age. And I think that is not how we should view love at all. I think we need to always remember that we are the prize and set your standards high and don't ever settle.
Yeah, and I love what she said. And let me say something. I know a lot of people, especially men, don't like her because of the way she carries herself. A lot of them don't like the fact that she has this mentality and she has entitlement to herself, and the fact that she does love herself, because I think she really does love herself. Only somebody that truly loves themselves would act this way, wouldn't take a lot of these. And this is the thing. She's sweeping the ground with a lot of these men. And although a lot of people are out here talking about, oh my God, why can't she just settle down? And no. They just want to dim the shine. And she probably knows that, she got a lot of shine out here. She has a lot of shine. And let's not forget, Ciara went through hell with what is his name again? It just came to me and left my head again. I can't remember his name. But with her ex, before she got married to her husband, that her recent husband right now, she leveled up. She said, no, I'm not gonna be out here playing with this dust and getting disrespected and getting my name dragged in the media and getting all this shame. That is what you do when you find yourself. Mostly when you find yourself, you do not accept anything less than perfect. He does not come home to you with a child outside. He does not cheat on you. He does not disrespect you, because he knows you will definitely call him out for it. And if he continues, you will definitely leave. So now I'm just going to bring up this other video over here. Let me see. This was the video that I wanted to use for my intro, but hold on. Okay, so this video is about talking about men don't wait for women. I know a lot of women are gonna be like, what, shouldn't we try to build them and all of this, especially with those women that are Barbara the Builders out there, that are pick me first, pick me shoes, and that are always gonna be like, I'm gonna go build with him. That is a quality of a high, because I've had somebody say a high maintenance woman or a good woman, is somebody that stick beside the man and build with him. No, you don't build with nobody. You build yourself, darling. You build yourself. So let me bring this video up in here.
Body, lose 250 pounds, or look hot. So this buffoonery about you having to build with him and he only wants someone to build with him, babe, you're not a construction worker. And it's almost as though what money is to a woman, looks are to a man, but only women are shamed for going out and looking for providers. We don't ever shame older men who date young hot women. We only shame the young hot women who look for providers or men with money in older men or men in general. But it's so funny to me because he would not wait on you to get your looks together before he wifed you. He would not.
Yeah, and that is another thing I want to talk about. This is the thing. They will not shame another man. They will not shame the older man because they are hoping that one day they get to that stage that older man is, and society will not shame them. But the woman needs to get shamed anyway. It doesn't matter if you're young, they're gonna shame you. It doesn't matter if you're a single mother, they're gonna shame you. It doesn't matter if you're in your 30s and child free, they're gonna shame you. At this point, every woman getting shamed. Apart from when you get one of them dust, or you actually make a good decision for yourself. Wait a minute, love yourself first, figure out what you really want, and then sit down and wait for that person to come by. and find that person that can actually give you what you actually want. Because this is the thing, they be coming out here talking about you're not going to find a man like that here. What are they trying to tell you? They're trying to tell you that, oh, every man out here is dusty. And even they know that is a lie. Not every man out here is dusty. There are some men that definitely treat their women well. There are some men that are out here looking for intelligent women to be married to take care of and have them as a partner. There are a lot of men out here that don't mind taking care of their wife, participating in family, you know, family things. They are not afraid of participating in household duties, or literally just bringing somebody in, paying somebody to do a lot of the house, clean up and all of that. There are some men out here that do, offer all of that, but they would rather tell you, what, you've hit the wall, you've done this, oh, you're young, you're looking for a sugar daddy. It's just shame, just pick me because I'm a dusty right now. And you know what? Yeah, but later on, when I turn the age that this old man that I'm cussing you out for being with, when I get to his age, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go find me a young sweet thing, but not you. Or I'm definitely gonna find me a sassy woman that is gonna put me in my place. Yeah.
Sit there in a relationship with you and just wait on you, but you're expected to wait on him to get his providing skills together. No, ma'am, you don't actually have to do that. I don't care what shame you get from Dusties. I don't care how no, ma'am, you do not work for Construction Central. You are a woman and you are worthy of provision, period.
And he said what he said. Now, I'm going to bring up this other video over here because it actually did explain a lot, especially for women, how we perceive things. And I'm not going to just explain this video, the next one that I'm bringing up here. No, I'm just going to bring it up and let you guys watch it because I want him to actually explain it on his own, because it did make a lot of sense. A lot of women, invest a lot in a man, thinking, oh my God, we're gonna be together forever. And at the end of the day, he's not. He he gets older and he look at you because you put yourself in that low maintenance, statue. You put yourself in that, him looking at you as a low maintenance woman. So when he has his bag at the end of the day and he leaves, it's because you went together with him when he had nothing, when he was providing nothing. So therefore, you automatically put yourself in his eyes as a low maintenance woman. He's definitely not gonna value you like that. When he cheats on you, you like, I forgive him, and you blame the other woman. To him, no. He's not gonna cherish you like that. He's not gonna respect you like that. So I'm going to bring this video up here where this man was explaining how, women make mistakes, especially when they are young. So let me bring this video up in here.
When they can't do anything about it. Look at her. She's 27 years old and she is gorgeous. She is walking with her boyfriend, but she could have any man she wanted. The 40-year-old millionaire likes her. The 35-year-old entrepreneur likes her. Wherever she walks by, people stare, and she could replace her boyfriend tomorrow for someone 15 times richer than him. Now, she wants to be with her boyfriend. She is betting on a life together. But let's imagine her boyfriend brainwashes her and convinces her that marriage isn't necessary, and she doesn't realize that as time goes by, the dating pool balance will favor him. Here is the typical tragedy. A few years have now gone by and they're both 27. They have 2 kids. She once had a promising career which she gave up to care for the children. He is a smart and hard-working man, and he is now CEO of the company he works for. If they were to split up today for her being 37 years old and with 2 kids, it would be hard to find an interesting partner, however. Look at him. No one used to look his way before, but now that he is CEO, he makes lots of money. He has a
I'm just going to cut that there because I want to explain this thing to you ladies. You know how they be out here telling women you're a gold digger if you want something better for yourself? Yeah, they just want you to be like this. Like this man literally explained how it starts. He explained it. You're gonna be with him. No woman wanna look at him when he has nothing, especially the women that he perceive as high maintenance, the women that he actually do know that are high maintenance, that he would probably leave you for, that he knows he cannot go over there and mess around. Those women are not looking at him when he does not have nothing. But you, though, you that is 27 and you are very pretty, and yes, I know a lot of women that are very pretty and they will be with Dusties, while other men that have that money that perceive her to be, they want her to be with them, and they perceive her to be high maintenance when she was younger. All of a sudden, she be like, no, I don't want them. I want to build with Dust Bucket. I want to build with Brokey over here. We gonna build together. He's gonna go get a job. I'm gonna be a housewife. I'm not. There is nothing wrong with being an housewife, by the way. There's nothing wrong with being an housewife. But if you want to be an housewife, make sure he got the bag. Make sure he has enough bag for you. Make sure he got the bag. If he ain't got the bag, no. So let me continue this video.
A lot of status, and he is still young and in shape. Back then, no one wanted him, but nowadays at work and at the gym, women go crazy over him. A few years back, he told her that marriage wasn't necessary, that it was just a role imposed by society. And today he says that he doesn't feel the same towards her, conveniently, just as the dating pool balance is in his favor. It is now a bit late, but 12 years ago she should have told him, hey, I am young, I am pretty, and I have a promising career. I have tons of men wanting to get with me, but I want you. I want to spend a lifetime with you. If you want the same thing, let's sign a contract called marriage, in which today I say bye to all the men that want me.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, I don't know what is happening. Maybe I have to refresh. Probably refresh this because it's stopping. I don't know why. But this is the thing. Even though you have marriage, and some of them might come up with that prenup thing. Oh, we gotta sign a prenup and all of that. Yeah. Some of them be having $3 in their bank account and still be talking about prenup. But this is for all those baby mamas that would just, he'd be like, oh, marriage is just a piece of paper. And they'd be like, and this is, can we talk about the baby mama, concept, all of this? Because those days, let me say this, it was, younger girls that were, getting pregnant without being married. Like, the ones that, the older men have literally, lied to, or mistakenly, maybe she was with her boyfriend, high school boyfriend, and, she got pregnant at the age of 16, very young. It was normally very, very young girls that, the name baby mama was for. But nowadays, you see grown women becoming baby mamas. Like, what's happening? Yeah, because they be coming out here and talking about, oh, marriage is not all of that. Yeah, it's just a piece of paper. Yeah. And when he leaves you, you will understand that it's not just a piece of paper. And he makes a lot of sense in this particular topic over here. Because if you listen to what he said, he said all, because he brainwashed her, told her, oh, you know what, marriage is a piece of paper. Let's just be dating. We can have, she had 2 kids. Yeah, they didn't get married. All of a sudden, he's getting all this money. Yeah, that's the quickest way. I mean, even married women that marry men that becomes millionaires later still leave them. I'm not gonna say it's only women that don't get married. If you don't get married with him, I mean, you're not gonna be getting anything other than child support. But at least if you got married, yeah, that paper over there that they're just calling a paper, he's gonna have to pay alimony, and he's gonna have to pay a lot. And that whatever he owns, yeah, you guys are gonna have to separate, split it. So although a lot of people are out here talking about it's a paper, it's not a paper when he got money. It's not just a paper when he has money. No. You get me? It's not just a paper when he has money. So let me continue this video.
Women that don't want you today, but will want you in the future. If you do not want this, then it's fine. Just don't make me waste my time, because right now I am young and have tons of options, and I can find someone who is sure about me and wants the same thing I do, someone who wants to commit. In 5 years, I won't be in this position, and in 10 years even less. So tell me, is it in your future plans to marry me or not?
True. True, because I've been seeing a lot of women out here getting pregnant, talking about, marriage is just a paper. And then at the end of the day, when he makes it, I mean, literally, let's not forget Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, all those women that, they were with before they became trillionaires. All those women over there. But you know the funny part about it, about those women, they got married to them. Yeah. They didn't do the baby mama thing. They got married. And even still, although they did get married, they got divorced and they had a lot of money. Yeah, they got money. At least they can show up with their money. So when a man is out here telling you, oh, marriage is just a paper, nah. And I wouldn't advise you date a broke guy either. No. If he doesn't have it, keep it pushing. So let me see if I got any other videos over here that I haven't talked about yet. Okay, I think we're done. So I'm just gonna bring up this last video over here. I think so. Yeah, we're done for today. I'm just gonna bring up this video over here of this girl talking about high maintenance, but her own explanation of high maintenance is just, oh, they like you wearing clothes and all of this. And I'm like, okay, who is gonna be paying for all of that later? Because he might like all of that shiny things that you put on, but if he's not doing the work, if he's not participating in that relationship, it's total trash.
Maintenance. They love it. Hear me out before you chew me out. There is no bigger insult than being mistaken as low maintenance. Now, being high maintenance is not synonymous to being rude, okay? You still have to be nice and sweet to your partner. But men really love high maintenance women, okay? That's who they're competing for. They're competing for that girl. The girl who has her nails done, her lashes, her fit's on point. She eats well, she goes to the gym, the whole 9 yards. They love.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. That is what gets them into the door first. That is what you get used to get them into the door. Now, when they see all of that, oh yeah, they like all of what glitters out there. But are you gonna keep that standard of high maintenance? Not by, him coming in and all of a sudden treating you like trash, even though you do all of that. Let me tell you something. Men are just gonna say like, oh, I can get away with shit. No, she's not the one. And that's why when I see some couples that some people might say the wife is very strict. I'm like, no, that woman is not strict. Or maybe she calls him out for anything that he does and he looks down. Some people might be like, oh, she's very strict. She doesn't cut him a slack. She doesn't even let him watch any other woman. She doesn't. No. He is putting in work in that relationship. He knows that if he goes outside and misbehave, that woman is not going to be there anymore. So let's continue.
Love it. They eat that up. So remember this, ladies. A man that invests in you values you. It's a flex for a man to brag about how they satisfy their girl. They want to take care of you and your needs, even if that's viewed as high maintenance tendencies. Now, I'm not saying you should have a man chase you. Be yourself, have high standards, and watch the right man gravitate towards you. Confident men love high maintenance women. When you look good, you add to their value, so don't forget that. The girls that get it. And the girls that don't, that's why I'm here for you, babe.
Well, that is that, ladies. And I'm going to say this. Thank you for joining me once more today. Do not forget to press that like button. Leave your comments in the comment section. And I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.